Back on this Sunday morning, Sports Medicine Weekly, Steve Kashul, Dr. Brian Cole. Time now for our Ask the Doctor segment, giving our listeners the opportunity to have Dr. Cole address their specific sports injury issues. Easy to submit a question. Just go to our website, sportsmedicineweekly.com. On the homepage, you're going to find a link underneath the photo of Dr. Cole and yours truly on the right side of that homepage. Click on that link and you can submit your question. All right, Dr. Cole, got a good one here from one of our listeners asking, Dr. Cole, you work with elite athletes already on their fitness journey, but everyone has to start somewhere. With modern life, time constraints, and the pressures of work, people can always find an excuse not to make room for fitness and training. How can someone motivate themselves to begin their fitness journey in a sustainable way?
Well, it's a terrific question, and we could talk about this for hours, but I'll tell you what, Steve, I'll just boil it down to something simple. It's kind of all about getting into a routine. You got to have protected time. Goals are insanely important. Once you start to achieve success with those goals, you get that feedback loop where you say, hey, I really can do this, and that's when behavior change comes. There are behavior change specialists who talk about this algorithm that we call S.M.A.R.T, and I won't go into too much detail, but S.M.A.R.T stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-sensitive goals. So specific means, look, I'm going to run a 5K. I'm going to do this on this date, something like that. It's not, I just want to be more healthy. I want to be in better shape. So pick something very specific for a goal. Measurable. It's not just I want to be my best, but come up with a time. Come up with something that you can measure and say, yes, I actually accomplished it. Maybe it's your BMI, your body mass that you want to reduce. But just come up with something that's specifically measurable so you know you can quantify it once you get there. Then it's attainable. Steve, if you and I pick a goal that we just can't get there, it's not worth even shooting for. Pick something that you know you can do, or maybe it's a little bit of a push goal or a reach goal, but something that is you're pretty confident you're actually going to get there. And then relevant. We pick something that's actually relevant to you or me and not necessarily to someone else. So it has to be something that you actually enjoy, that you can indulge in and work hard in, and it can sort of help you with that attainable goal. But it's got to be a relevant activity, not someone else's, but it's your own. And then finally, time-bound or time-sensitive. It can be very tough to stick to the deadlines and so forth. And I think the details are that if you can just pick a specific time that you do your activities. It could be a morning that you protect 6 to 7 a.m. a couple of days. Pick a deadline when you say you want to achieve it. Write it down and sort of measure it along the way. I think if you sort of do what our behavior change specialists talk about, this SMART concept, which is pick it specifically, make it measurable, something that's attainable, keep it relevant, and something that's relatively time sensitive. I think people can actually make change. And we're dealing with a really tough time now with this pandemic where people have all kinds of reasons. They could be financial, it could be stress, lack of motivation, depression, whatever. Being objective in this journey, I think, can really help people fall into routine and actually get onto the wagon again to overcome some of the deficits they've accumulated with health and nutrition and fitness.
Okay, great stuff, Dr. Cole. We're out of time. Have a great week, and we'll talk with you again next Sunday.
Okay.
Well, that will do it for this edition of Sports Medicine Weekly. Net proceeds from our show, Sports Medicine Weekly, go to support orthopedic research at Rush through the liveactivenow.org fund. Many thanks to our producer, Shane Reardon, also to David Cole for managing our website and for our business operations, as well as Samantha Smith from Midwest Orthopedics at Rush. For Dr. Brian Cole, I'm Steve Kashul. We say so long and thank you for listening to Sports Medicine Weekly. We'll be back again next Sunday at 7 a.m. Central with a brand new edition of Sports Medicine Weekly, only on 670 The Score. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everybody. Please stay healthy. Take care.